This ministry content is brought to you by the partners of Terri, Savelle Ministries.
Well, I don't know what your big dreams and goals are, and maybe they haven't even come close this year. But God is saying, cast your cares on me. Drop it. Give it to me. Expect me to do the impossible in your life. Don't try to achieve your dreams without God. Hey, I'm Terri Savelle, your cheerleader of dreams. I want to help you get a jump start on the new year by sharing my goal-setting checklist and give you 3 warnings to avoid as you start thinking about the new year. And real quick, would you do a big favor for me and my team here? We've been working really hard to reach a huge goal of 300,000 YouTube subscribers, and we're getting closer. But would you help us reach this big milestone by being a subscriber today? It's not so we can say we have a bunch of subscribers. It's because it causes YouTube to put our videos in front of more people and we can minister to more people, teaching success principles from God's Word to as many people as possible. So thank you for pushing the subscribe button and helping us make a big difference in someone's life. So let me start with a story I heard a guy tell about back when he was in college, and his psychology professor, he said she just walked up on stage to teach a final lesson on the power of perspective and mindsets. So he said she raised a glass of water over her head, and everyone expected her to talk about the typical glass half empty, half full metaphor. Instead, with a big smile on her face, she said, "How heavy is this glass of water I'm holding?" People shouted out answers from a couple of ounces to a couple of pounds. Well, after a few minutes, she said, "From my perspective, the absolute weight of the glass is irrelevant. It all depends on how long I hold it. If I hold it for a minute or two, it's pretty light. If I hold it for an hour straight, the weight might make my arm ache. If I hold it for a day straight, my arm will likely cramp up, get numb, and paralyzed, forcing me to drop the glass to the floor." She said in each case, the absolute weight of the glass doesn't change, but the longer I hold it, the heavier it feels. Then she said, your worries, frustrations, disappointments, your stressful thoughts are very much like this glass of water. You think about them for a little while, nothing drastic happens. You think about them a bit longer and you begin to feel the pain. Think about them all day long and you will feel completely numb and paralyzed, incapable of doing anything else until you drop them. Well, I don't know what your big dreams and goals are, and maybe they haven't even come close this year. But God is saying, cast your cares on me. Drop it. Give it to me. Expect me to do the impossible in your life. Don't try to achieve your dreams without God. So warning number 1 is don't carry the weight of trying to achieve your dreams without the Lord. Give Him everything that concerns you for the end of this year and the start of the new year. Now, another example and warning I want to give you is a little experiment that was done with caterpillars, which I happen to have here. They were placed in a circle along the rim of a flower pot. Well, the lead caterpillar was actually touching the back of the last one in the circle. Well, the scientists placed a pine needle in the center of the flower pot, which is the food that they thrive on. Well, off they went in a circle, round and round, hour after hour, day after day, night after night. After 7 full days, the caterpillars just dropped dead. What? Why? They were exhausted and they starved to death. But their source of nourishment was literally 6 inches away from them. So they were bound to a circle going nowhere. The point and the second warning is this: don't confuse activity with accomplishment. The way we get off the circle is by setting goals that motivate us. Zig Ziglar says, people complain about a lack of time, but a lack of direction is the real problem. Well, when you set compelling goals for yourself, you break out of the circle and you head for the target. Again, don't confuse being busy with being productive. So if you feel like your life is constantly on the go like the caterpillars, then it's time to break the pattern by setting goals, and I can help you with that. And the third example, or the warning, is this. I heard an interesting study about astronauts returning from space and having deep psychological issues and battling depression. Astronauts, why? Well, because after you've been to the moon, now where do you go? That was their ultimate vision, their entire focus and the end goal. Well, they finished it and had no other goals in front of them. Apparently now, NASA requires astronauts to have major projects lined up after they return. Why? Because without a vision, you perish. So warning number 3 is don't think that you've seen your best days. God still has things for you to accomplish, but you must have vision in front of you. Oh, and before I share the goal setting checklist, I think we forgot my vision board and my books. Will y'all bring those to me real quick? I want to show something because this is our special offer this week. Thank you, Haley. I want to mention the greatest way I can help you get clear on your vision and focus for your life in this new year coming up is with the online vision board course. And we're offering it again this week. Instead of $97, you're going to get the whole course for only $8. This has been so incredible. God put it on my heart a while back to take our $97 vision board course and just offer it at various times for only $8. We have had over 30,000 people enroll in this course. And here's the cool thing. We get testimonies every single day from people all over the world who are learning how to dream again, how to set goals, how to get clear on what they want and make an actual vision board. I'm talking about amazing things. Paying off debts, student loans, credit cards, houses, losing weight, running marathons, opening hair salons and restaurants, and writing books, traveling the world, just seeing God truly bless their lives. So, what happens when you get clear on your vision, and I want that for you, you're going to start achieving your goals. It's your time. Did you hear me? It's your time to get serious about your dreams and goals for the new year. So don't wait, don't put it off, don't procrastinate, don't think that this is for everybody but you. It's your time to get clear on what you want. Now, we've never had this many people respond to an offer, so I'm doing it again this week. And I would say it's the greatest tool that I have to help you get serious about making your 2024 the greatest year you've ever had. So for only $8, you're going to get the entire ebook and the e-workbook plus 6 training videos with me. So all you have to do to get started is click the link in the description of this video, and I cannot wait to hear your story and all the dreams you're going to achieve in the new year. Now, of course, I teach an entire module on goal setting, but let's go through some steps just real quick to get you started. Let me tell you, there's a difference in dreams and goals. Goals are simply dreams with a deadline. Now, you've heard me say it probably 100 times, but that's no sign you're doing it, because we all know what's easy to do is also easy not to do. So let's imagine that it's New Year's Eve of the upcoming new year. You're wearing the party hat and you've got your little horn. But before you blow the party horn and throw confetti, you reflect over the past 12 months with a smile from ear to ear, and you turn to your friend and go, "This has been the most amazing year of my life." What would need to happen for you to say that? The answer to that question is how you determine your goals. You define what a successful year looks like to you before you begin taking steps towards it. So you sit quietly by yourself and you ask yourself, how much debt do you want to pay off within the next 12 months? How much money do you want to save over the year? Where do you want to go on vacation? What do you want your body to look like? What do you want to achieve? How many books do you want to have read? Where do you want to be living or working or driving? That's what you need to write down. So I'm going to give you 4 steps real quick. Number 1, set 7 to 10 goals for the year. When we have too many goals, we lose our focus and we don't achieve any of them. There's an old phrase that if you aim at too many targets, you miss all of them. Number 2 is write them down in the present tense. Writing your dreams and goals is a clear key to success. But here's the thing. Once you put your goals in writing, it instantly proves you're serious. See, once it's written, it becomes concrete, and your chance of following through goes up 80%. Even in the weight loss industry, they found that people who keep a food journal are more successful at losing weight and keeping it off than those who don't write what they eat. Why? Well, it's easy to overlook the candy stash at the office or the second trip to the buffet if we're not confronted with seeing it on paper. They say if you bite it, write it. Number 3 is be very specific. Now, according to statistics, we tend to set the same goals 10 times with no success. Now, see if you can relate to these popular resolutions. Next year, I'm going to get healthy, get organized, spend less money, save more money, read more, get closer to God. That's exactly how I used to set goals year after year and never achieve them. Until I learned the problem with these goals, and the reason they go unachieved year after year is because they're too vague. So your goals need to be very detailed, like our Visa bill is paid in full $9,456.12 by March 10th. Or I am at my healthiest body weight of 140 pounds by March 31st. Or I read 12 books by December 31st. Okay, you got it? Number 4, the last point I'm going to make is establish deadlines. As you can see in the examples that I just shared with you, every single goal needs a deadline. Why? Because deadlines are motivating. They just create this sense of urgency. They say the best way to get your house cleaned up, invite company over. Why? There's a deadline, right? There's so much more I can say about this, but I want you to be sure and take these steps to heart. Like I said, there's an entire module on goal setting in the $8 Vision Board course. So I'm hoping this helps you today. I really encourage you to invest in yourself for this upcoming new year. Start learning these things and watch what God will do in your life in 1 year's time. Again, be sure to get your Vision Board course for only $8 by clicking the link in the description, and I'll be cheering you on to live your dreams. I want to ask you to help me with something very important. You may not know my story, but after I was violated as a young girl and dealt with horrible insecurities and deep shame, I made it my mission to help young women. So each year we provide funds for local safe houses and give shelter and resources to young women. All of this is possible because of our amazing monthly partners. Would you become a monthly partner with our ministry and help me fight against the demonic attack on young girls? Visit terri.com/partner or call the number on the screen today.